Good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to the today class of the. I believe that is the last class. If I will be permitted to take the other classes, otherwise it is deemed to be a class. Let me first finish my turn first. Later on, I will give the time to you to speak and ask any questions are there. And please, anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen so that I could know that you are with me and I am with you and both are traveling in the same boat. Hurry up.
Yes, sir. Online classes. The screen is online class. Sir. Deviation and change of voice.
Read. Meanwhile, the other people will join, so that way that I could jump onto the original class. See, these are the things which I am thinking to cover today. That is my intention of it, and that is the perils of the sea and the maritime perils, and which consisting of the many other subunits also, and the Caesar class and the explosion strikes, risk not covered, risk will be covered over there. These are the things which I am going to deal today, which I posted. I don't know whether you got in your group WhatsApp or not. Yes, shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Say
Yes, sir. You can.
yes. When you happen to see the syllabus, see, this is the syllabus which I want to show you. Of course, this is the syllabus of the other country, and the syllabus is very much depth. See, that's why I'm showing you over here. See, the syllabus of the country, other country, law of torts, it consisting of the prescribed books, it is consisting of the subunits, it's consisting of the cases, then everything would be there. That is, the syllabus is not for 1 page or 2 page. The syllabus is roughly 3 to 4 pages or more than that. Yes, that is including. Just I will show you that the way of the question they will frame. So the questions are brief answer questions, and mostly the questions consisting of the problem questions. So that is the way of setting the question paper in other countries. Yes, now the question comes, your syllabus. I would like to show you the syllabus, where the syllabus is there. Yeah, and in your syllabus, it is there, the deviation is there. What is the deviation clause in the maritime insurance? That which I want to make it. Section 48 of the maritime, that is our Marine Insurance Act 1963 says, the class 1 and class 2, and which is having the that is subsection 1, subsection 2, and class A, class B, and subsection 3, it consisting of the deviation. What is deviation would be there. Now we will go on deviation in the point wise. We will go through it, collision, deviation, yes. This is the deviation, and the details are which are over here, and I could see that. I am sure that you could see my screen also. Could you see my screen? Yes or no? Could you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Say yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Very good.
It is
Deviation of overage here. When the ship, what is the deviation clause in marine insurance? When the ship intentionally, see the word is intentionally, changes its route or remains in port without cause, then deviation in marine insurance happens. Thus, deviation is the new route or delay of the ship, unless the marine insurance states otherwise. There is a breach of the insurance contract with the party which is responsible for the deviation. Well, then what is the deviation of voyage? As per the Indian Marine Insurance Act 1963, there would be a deviation from the voyage where, number one, first bullet, there is a deviation from the course of the voyage as mentioned in the policy document, number one. Number two, the policy document does not mention the course of the voyage, but it is the customary course for departure that usually follows. I say customary course of for the departure that usually follows. That means, if I could mind, what is the customary way of marriage where the bridegroom goes to the bride house or bride will come to the bridegroom house? Anyone? Hurry up.
Bridegroom comes to the bride's house, sir.
Whether it is there in any constitution or whether it is there in the Hindu Marriage Act,
It's customary, sir.
it is a
Yes,
custom. That
it
is
is
a
a
customary
custom.
course. That is
I
the
mean,
word.
memorial.
Yes, that is which I want to share with you. At the time of the deviation, the voyage is altered. Thus, the marine insurance are free from its responsibility. The marine insurance contract requires the insurance company to make the payment only if it follows the stated port route. It is clearly mentioned in the contract itself which route that a voyage would be followed. In case of any deviation, the insurer can refuse to settle the loss or damage. That is the one there. In case of any deviation, the insurer can refuse to settle the loss or damage because agreed route is different and followed route is different unless until the deviation could be excused. Now let us say a breach of the contract occurs when any unjustified, see the word is unjustified, and voluntarily deviation happens. In such a case, the insurance company has a right to terminate the policy. The insurer is having the high-handedness because there is a deviation in the route. If we do so, the policy holder, who is the policy holder? The person who has taken the policy is called the policy holder, would also lose the benefit of immunity in the insurance contract. He will be the forego that thing. Thus, it would have to bear all losses or damages by own. Then cases where the deviation is excused. If the deviation is there, it can be excused. Below the following circumstances where the deviation can be excused. Can anyone unmute and read the first bullet? Hurry up. Can anyone unmute and read the first bullet which is I shared on the screen?
Deviation occurs due to circumstances beyond the control of policyholder.
Yes, when the deviation comes, which is not in the control of him, like the earthquakes or volcano, tsunami, whatever that it may be, that which is said to be the act of God, that route is not possible over there, then the next route would be followed. At that instance, the deviation is excused. And another person can unmute and read. Another person, I said.
It is necessary for a deviation to take place to ensure the safety of the ship or the insured items.
Yes, because safety of the ship is very much important. Because if the safety is not there for the ship, if they follow a particular route, the deviation must, because if the ship is there, crew is there, and goods are there, cargo is there. So that's the deviation is exempted. Then another person can unmute and read the third bullet.
In cases of deviation saves the human life.
Chorus. In cases where the deviation saves the human life. See, the deviation is essential because the human life is more important factor. I don't know whether you studied in the IPC or not. In the shipwreck, only one plank is left over there and 3 persons are there. But the 3 persons could not hold the plank. The plank could not hold the 3 persons to reach to the shore. So each one killed another person and that's the person reached to the destination. It is, can you say it's a necessity? Anyway, the IPC class that already you studied, now you can decide. Yes.
Because as per the survival needs of a man, he has to be alive.
That means, can you say it is an attempt to murder or it is a murder?
I tell it is a murder.
Class
For
में
his-
बाबा बाद में बात करते हैं. Yes, please tell me. It is not a murder, it is a attempt to murder. That is a culpable government said not attempt to murder. Can you tell me the case law? I believe the case law is R versus Deadly, if I not be mistaken. Okay, now let us see the fourth point where the deviation happens to obtain the medical or surgical aid for the person who is on board the ship. This happens upon medical or surgical aid for the person who is on the board, means medical emergency would be there, then the deviation can take place over there. So there are other conditions too which permit the deviation. Therefore, read our marine insurance policy document or more information. So we have to go through the what document says. Case 1. Can anyone can unmute and read the case 1? Hurry up.
JS ship was carrying a cargo of wheat when it started raining heavily. The rainwater damaged a substantial part of the steamer, and then the captain of the steamer decided to throw off some consignment in the water to avoid the ship from getting the sink. JS ship took the step in order to save the lives of crew members who otherwise would have sunk in the water. In this case, as the owner of JS ship had a marine insurance policy, it approached the insurer for the claim settlement. Here, the insurer appointed a surveyor to inspect the situation. The surveyor finds that JS ship lightened the consignment to avoid it from getting sunk, hence saving the lives of other people on board. Due to this reason, the marine insurance company agreed to settle the claim of JS ship as per the marine insurance contract.
Yes, in this situation, the owner of the JS ship had a marine insurance policy. It approached the insurer for the claim settlement. Here, the insurer is appointed a surveyor to inspect the situation, whether what he did is right or not. The surveyor finds the JS ship lightened the consignment to avoid it from the getting sunk. It says, I say sunk. I did not say drowned because I already told you drowned for the animate, for the sunk for the inanimate, and it is an inanimate ship. Hence, we can say sunk. Hence, saving the lives of the other people aboard. Then, what is the word that could you use it here? Throwing the goods into the sea to lighten the ship.
Sanitary.
There is a particular word is there. Can anyone can say the particular word?
Sanitary. Sanitary.
No.
Jetin, sir.
Jettison, that is the word. Due to this reason, jettison will be allowed over there. Due to this reason, the marine insurance company agreed to settle the claim of JS ship as per the marine insurance contract. Yes. Now, if I ask you to read the case 2, you are taking a lot of time, so I will read myself only. LS Fruits sent its consignment of orange to a company situated in the Maldives via sea. Here, the company had a marine insurance policy. Therefore, it was confident that the insurer would cover any loss or damage. However, when the ship was underway, the captain decided to change the route, change the route in order to avoid the sea traffic and reach its destination in advance. However, the pirates attacked the ship while it was on the new route. Luckily, after a week, the crew members and cargo got rescued. However, LS Fruit had no incur heavy losses. In such a situation, as the company had a marine insurance policy, it approached the insurer to cover the losses. However, the insurer refused to settle the claim as the deviation happened. Without any valid reason, the ship deviated from its original route as a loss happened on the new route, and therefore the insurers were not liable to pay the compensation. Now the question comes over there in this case. Why the captain decided to change the route in order to avoid the sea traffic and reach its destination in advance? Of course, he might have the good intention because traffic is always there on the routes. When especially when you want to go to the Hyderabad, the ring road, there is no traffic. You can use the ring road, but there are toll taxis there. You have to pay the toll tax. Yes, his intention is good to make it over there. But when he changed the deviation would be there, but he should have to inform to the insured to make such a deviation. But the good intention only that there is a heavy traffic would be there. That's why he wants to go to the deviated from the other route. But where the pirates are there in that route, when you know the pirates are there in that route, that's the reason no ship goes adjacent to the Somalia. Why? Why?
Due to pirates, sir. Pirates.
Because there are many pirates are there, well known. That's why nobody would fear of to go in that way. And that is the reason when you know a particular thing, the pirates are there, when such a thing, when you want to make it out, that is the reason that the loss happened on the new route, as therefore the insurer was not able to pay the compensation. So at that instance, there is no compensation because it is completely deviated. Now we will see what are the perils of the sea. So the perils of the sea in marine insurance, the perils of the sea in marine insurance include the extraordinary forces nature which maritime ventures might need to face during the voyage. Broadly speaking, and here the perils of the sea to sum up, then foundering at sea, that is one of the perils of the sea. Here some of the instances which are covered under the perils of the sea are foundering at sea, number 1, shipwreckage, number 2, stranding, number 3, Collusion, number 4. Generally, they are in a broader look. In the broader look, we can say the say of perils. So, what is the foundering at sea? If a ship is found to be missing for a duration of time and there was no news about the missing ship, it would be considered as a foundering at sea. Here, the loss would be assumed or caused by the perils of the sea. Now, the same thing can be applicable in the law of evidence. If a person will not be heard more than 7 years, then the presumption is
Renotion from the world.
which section says? Sir, we don't know, sir. Section either 115 says or some other section says about the law of evidence because we studied very long back only. We forget on that same only. Okay, it doesn't matter. So here the presumption is the ship is missing. That is the number 1 foundering of at sea. And ship wreckage. Sir, why did the wreckage, sir? Why don't you say ship accident? Yes. Why don't you say ship accident or ship collusion? A particular word could be used over there for ship wreckage.
If ship collides with other ship, it will be not an accident, but a wreck. A wreck means a dent made to a ship or
Abnormal accident taken place where the ship was damaged, and there's a specific word we can use for the ship wreckage. Can we say the plane wreckage?
No, sir.
Then what do you say?
crash.
Only Professor Hussain students will know ship wreckage, plane crash, then road, motor vehicle,
Accident.
accident. Because that is the specific words that can be used. That is the reason. For female, we can say she is beautiful. For the male, we say, what we say for male?
Handsome.
Handsome.
guy.
Handsome. I appreciate. Yes. Then the ship wreckage, in the case of where the ship collides against a hill or a rock and is driven to the shore by the violent winds, it would be considered as a ship wreckage. Yes, it is also one of the sea peril. Stranding, that is in a situation where the ship got out of the action after an accident and stuck up in a shallow region of land, it would be called stranding. Because it will be fully gone into the sand, it will stand. Sir, what is the difference between the standing and mooring? Anyone? If you know, you can tell me. If you don't know, you can say, pass on. I will give the answer.
Pass on, sir.
Okay, standing means it is sunk in the sand because of the wreckage. It went to the shallow water. It will be there. Mooring in the sense there is a mooring damages are there. If the ship are the goods which are going to be delivered over there, but still it is there in the harbor, then the mooring charges are there. Because harbor space is very much less immediately that you have to take the delivery of it. Otherwise, mooring charges will be levied on the persons. So that is the difference between the mooring and standing. Standing in the water only, mooring either on the board, the luggage will be kept it over there. That is called moored. Okay. Now come to the collusion, not collusion, collision. Collusion means there is a different collision, COLLISON. In the case where the ship collides with another ship, it will be considered the collision. Because these are the untoward incidents would be there which comes under the sea peril. There are some other risks that are not covered under the perils of the sea in marine insurance, like some other risks which are not, I say not, N-O-T, not, I said, not covered under the perils of the sea in the marine insurance. Number 1, wear and tear, not covered. It's not sea peril. Breakage of goods, it is not come under the sea perils. Springing a leak, it will not covered. Inherent vice, not covered. Death of animal on the board due to the natural perils, not covered. Loss by rats. Sir, rats is the feminine gender, sir, masculine gender. Sir, maku తెలియదు సార్. స్మాల్ దానికి రాట్స్ అంటారు. రాట్స్ ఇస్ a common one. ఒకసారి సార్ చిన్న ఎలుకలు ఏమనాలి సార్? చిట్టి ఎలుకలు. చిట్టి ఎలుకలు ఏమంటాయండి?
చిట్టెలుకలు కరిచేస్తాయి
Mice,
సార్.
sir.
ఎన్ని తినేస్తాయి.
ఇంగ్లీష్ లో ఏమంటారండి?
Mice, sir.
ఏంటి?
Mouse, mice.
మైస్ అంటారు. అదే పందికొక్కునండి? సార్ మాకు తెలియదు సార్ ఇది. మీరే చెప్పండి, చెప్తే లేకుంటే లేదు. Bandicoot. Okay, the burden of proving the losses actually happened due to the perils of the sea remains the case marine insurance policy holders only. Case 1. Can anybody will unmute and read? Can anybody will unmute and read? Case 1. Hurry up. Nobody is coming forward today. Okay, doesn't matter.
30 cases of beetle nuts were ready to be sent from Chennai to Sri Lanka. While the goods were waiting in the boat for discharging into the water, the sea, which was suddenly became rough. Ice was splashed into the boats and damaged the goods, which were later destroyed by the health officer. The owner of the ship had a marine insurance policy and therefore approached the insurer for the claim settlement. It was considered that the loss happened due to seawater, which came under perils of the sea, and therefore the insurer settled the claim. The insurer asked for documents like a complete account of the accident, duly filed claim form along with the other documents. After reviewing all the documents, the insurer agreed to settle the claim as per the sum insured.
Yes. 30 cases of the beetle nuts. You know what is beetle nuts? Pokalu. Were ready to be sent from the Chennai to Sri Lanka. While the goods were waiting in the boat for discharging into the water, the sea, which was calm, suddenly became the rough. High swells splashed into the boats and damaged the goods, which were later destroyed by the health officer. Because once it is got wetted over there, that is not suitable for the consumption. The owner of the ship had a marine insurance policy, therefore approached the insurer for the claim settlement. It was considered that the loss happened due to the seawater, which came under the perils of the sea. When the splashes comes over there, then it comes under the perils of the sea, and therefore the insurer settled the claim. The insurer asked for the document of the complete account of the accident. Okay, duly filled the claim from along with the other documents. After reviewing all the documents, the insurer agreed to settle the claim as per the sum insured. Because the documents are very much needed over there, how much amount will be insured, that amount will be paid over there. That is the reason. That's case 1. Case 2, I will read myself. Jack ship was carrying the consignment of rice. When the ventilators of a ship were closed in order to avoid the sea water to enter into the unaffordable weather condition. However, the closing of the ventilator damaged rice due to the excessive heat. In this case, the owner of the ship approached the marine insurance company, who agreed to consider it under the perils of the sea. The insurer held that the incursions of the sea water through the ventilation. Yes, let me continue. Under the definition of the perils of the sea, in fact, the damages which happened due to the ventilator were happened due to the action which was taken to prevent the perils of the sea from damaging the goods. In fact, it was a loss which happened due to the perils of the sea, and therefore the insurer settled the claim accordingly. Now, both the cases, it is the sea perils, because he has closed the ventilators, because the splash of the water will not enter into the sea, but because due to the head, it will damaged over there. Hence, the both come under the sea perils. Now, you ask me the question.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, kindly in the examination, what he asked is who is called a salver and what is called salvage charges?
You see, I have not read it. Please, if you have an idea, please enlighten us.
Salver and salvage charges.
I told you that I have not an idea. Please, if you have an idea, please enlighten us. Okay.
Okay.
Let me around. If I time left would be, I will give the chance to you to enlighten us regarding what you read and what you want to make it out. And either collusion classes are there, both to blame the collusion classes are there. The key part, if the boat to blame the collusion class is the part of the ocean marine insurance policy that states if a ship or vessel collides with another ship due to the negligence of the boat, owners and shippers of the both vessel must share in the losses of the proportionate with the monetary values of their cargo and interest before the collision. The owner of the cargo and company responsible for the shipment are both required to pay for losses. when then the proportionate amount of the negligence on the part of it, if the 50-50% would be there in the collusion, naturally 50-50% will be held liable to pay the compensation. Here the points I've made it key takeaway. Number one, A bullet is A, both to blame collision clause is insurance policy, then the say both vessels owner must share in the responsibility of the collision between the shift if the crash was due to the negligence. Of course, the word is they use the crash. Of course, if the collusion was taken place over there, then how much their percentage of the negligence would be there? That much percentage they have to make the proportionate contribution. Then the second bullet says the marine insurance coverage includes such action as a ship sinking or collusion, but does not cover wear and tear of war. I already made it, which are not covered under the sea perils, wear and tear will not come into the picture. Then the third bullet is the Hague Visby rules that says that the carrier was exercised due to the diligence of the provider's seaworthy ship. They are not liable to the claim resulting from the collision partly or wholly caused by the negligent navigation. See that whenever the ship would be there, it should be seaworthy would be there. If the negligence on the part of the ship, the crew members at the time, the negligence will be taken into consideration. The last point, the both to blame collision. The boat to blame collision clause is designed to preserve the production of a carried as under the Hague Visby rules by giving the contractual indemnity against the cargo interest. So here I made it very much clear how much the blame would be there when the boat to collision occurs over there. As a globalization grows, as the liberalization was there, shipping industry also grows. In the event of a collision, the company's liabilities, thus the risk will be limited to ocean marine insurance. As ocean marine insurance provides a coverage against the losses for the ship, it protects the event of the damage or destruction of a ship's hull and or virgule or the ship's freight. I did not say here the slash, I say virgule because Professor Hussain students say virgule, virgule, not if the slash also okay, oblique also okay, or stroke also okay, but Professor Hussain students will say virgule, virgule. So some protections also provided under the insurance include, what are the protections are given over there? Number one bullet is a collision of the ship with another ship or object. Number two, a ship sinking, capsizing or being stranded. Number three, fire and piracy, jettisoning, that is throwing the overboard property to save the other property, and piratery, that is the fraud and illegal act of the ship's master or crew. So these are the points which are come under the insurance include. Damage due to the wear and tear will not cover, dampness will not cover, decay will not cover, mold forming will not cover, the war are not included in the coverage. And a special consideration also made here, and the example for the both the collision classes, which is made very much clear. If a ship A collides with ship B, I repeat, if ship A collides with ship B due to the fault of ship B, the owner of any goods in ship A which are damaged or lost by the fault of a ship B can claim the 100% of damage from the owner of the ship B because he is 100% negligent on the part of it. However, due to the both to blame collision clause and in the circumstances where the apportionment of the blame is deemed to be the 50-50%. Suppose the 50% would be there for the A ship and 50% to the B ship would be there. Naturally, the damage is also apportioned according to the proportionate negligence on the part of the ship owners. The owner of the ship B has a right to claim the 50% of the liability from the owner of the ship A. So here, this leaves the ship A within the bill or half of the cost of the damage. So the ship A possesses the cost back to the owners of the goods by the way of the both to blame collision clause in the bill of lading. So how much percentage of the thing would be there, that will be counted, and how much percentage would be there, then we will see that because still the time you do have the risks not covered in the marine insurance. I made the list. Risks that are covered by the marine insurance are then risks that are specifically excluded from the insurance contract. Then I made it very much clear. The categorization being what are the perils, the losses not covered in one of the 6 reasons that I made it very much clear in this handout. And this handout I would like to upload you in your, of course, I am somebody removed from your WhatsApp group, but I can give to your principal sir, and the principal sir will hand over to you some of them. But at least some of them that I would like to show are make the discussion on the point. Of course, this is not useful to you, but what I want to show to you is, yeah. So some of the points which I want to cover, yes, this is the syllabus of your, no, this is not your syllabus, but I want to show Okay. So let us see some of the points, the categories which are covered, which are not covered under this act. Yeah, let us see the risks that are covered by the marine insurance are. What are the risks which are covered by the marine insurance are? Number one, total loss is the kind of loss that makes the property worthless to be insured. The total loss is categorized in two types. How? Number A, actual loss, total loss, wherein the object or subject matter insured is destroyed or damaged in a way that it ceases to be the thing of that kind insured due to the negligence of the insurer, so the ship owner or party, whatever it may be, say the insurer will indemnify it. The B is, let me finish,
Sir,
then I will ask you. Let me finish, then I will give the time to you. Constructive tool loss, which are in the object and subject matter, is insured a bonded and particular average or central general average also, that what should be covered, what should not be covered. It also clearly mentioned in the Marine Insurance Act of 1963. Yes, and now I will give the chance to speak.
sir, here I got a doubt, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, under total loss, can the missing of the ship comes under this category?
No, it will not come in the foundling. In the foundling, the total loss will be covered.
But what I read in the book is total missing of the ship also comes under the control of total loss. That is called actual loss because the whereabouts of the ship are not known.
See, what are the things? What are the
Total loss?
things? I repeat, what are the things come under the sea perils? If it is agreed by both the parties, then that will be fully covered to the extent what they agreed. Limited liability would be there naturally, because if they make the total amount of it, where the premium also increase over there, they could not afford. Depending upon the merits of the case, which should be covered, which should not be covered, it will be dealt over there. Of course, decided cases also one shall to refer where the terms and conditions are not clear. Then what is the custom? What is the customary way? What is the way that generally the people make it out? If the regular business should be there, then what method should be followed? There is other institutions bylaws also there. In addition to the Marine Insurance Act of 1963, then the ILU is there. London, I believe the ILU, that is the acronym, the International Law Union or some law union, something that London is there, and they will follow the norms and rules of that merchandised in the matter. So in everywhere, Admiralty jurisdiction would be there, and under which jurisdiction it is comes under, the case should be filed in under that jurisdiction. That is generally we say Admiralty jurisdiction. Then case will be heard over there. Then the parties will make whether it comes under the insurance, marine insurance or not, whether it will covered may cover or may not cover over there, and whose negligence part would be there, how much the negligence part will be played, that also will be taken into consideration, then only it will be decided. That's why that I told you that apportionment of damages. In the law of tort also you read the same thing will be applicable over here also, because when the law is silent over there, then naturally the people will rely on the judgment law, that is the precedents. Yes, any other thing that you would like to ask me, please ask me. Still, would you have some more time, because now the 12:36 is there. Still, would you have 15 minutes in your hand? Now I can deal it. We can discuss it. Then we can make it out so that it will be known. Because if it is over there, then I can go to the reinsurance and double insurance. What is the reinsurance?
See, as far as Marine Insurance Act of 1963 is concerned, I'm talking from the student point of view. What are the topics to be covered and what are the topics to be known by them? From the examination point of view, I've been asking number of questions. And
Sir.
one more is in one question, Hamilton, Fraser and Company versus Pendraff. Hamilton, Fraser and Company, that is a decided case. In which matter? Please explain as far as marine insurance policy is concerned. That is a question asked by them. What is that? What is that case, sir?
Sir, the
That is a
concerned
purpose
lecturer,
with regard
you
to
have
marine
your
insurance is
DNR
concerned.
college. I repeat, the concerned lecturer you have in the DNR college. I am only a adjunct or a guest lecturer. I was
Sir,
assigned
as
under
a
a
student in this
particular
college.
point. Please, let me finish. Then I will give the chance to you. Let
Right.
me finish. Then I will give the chance to you. I was given the chance to make the 3 topics by your principal, but the 3 topics, when I compared with the syllabus, somewhere it is deviated. Then I thought that because for the 3 topics which is given over there having the 2 modules, I told I need the 6 class hours to deal it in a detailed manner, the assigned to me. And now you are getting 1 point from one question paper, you are asking me, then how could I justify it? You tell me. Please, now you speak. There's a chance given to you to speak. I need at least 6 classes for the 3 topics, but each topic is having the 2 modules in it. And that modules, whether it is applicable to you or not. So I decided, at least in the marine insurance, what is very much highly important that we can deal it, which a person should have to supposed to know it. In the marine insurance, reinsurance is highly important factor, because one insurance company cannot afford that much thing. Again, they will reinsure with another big insurance company, and that insurance company will pay the amount to this insurance company, and this insurance company will pay to the insured person, or we can say assured person. So here the reinsurance plays a very important factor in the marine insurance. In other insurance, people do the double insurance. In double insurance, one cannot get more than that what is agreed over there, because we have the principle, no one can be enriched himself at the cost of others. Equity principle would be come into the picture. So, my dear friend, and please ask your concerned lecturer what the other topics, the examination point of view would be taught for you, and then you can make it out. If any chance is given to me, I can deal the thing. Just a minute, because I want to say this person that I am an online class. Sir, I am an online class. I will speak you later. So now, if you permit me, because I already told you, my slogan is, what is my slogan? Anyone can repeat? What is my slogan? Can anyone can repeat? Unmute and repeat.
అన్ని దానాల కన్నా విద్యాదానం గొప్ప.
No, you are not taken as it is. You are not taken as it is. My slogan is, here I will show you again. I don't know whether you could see it or not. Did you see it?
సార్ అన్ని దానముల కన్నా విద్యాదానం మిన్న.
That is the right way of it. Even I can
Thank you.
teach you the entire marine insurance, provided if your principal permit me, your manager permit me, because the time which is allotted to a concerned lecturer, I should not come into his encroachment. Then you can fix the time of your own choice, and you can ask me, because I love teaching, I love research. Without teaching, I will die.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్. ఐ లవ్ యువర్ స్పీకింగ్ సార్.
Because if I don't teach in one day, even my food will not be digested. Because I got such a habit of teaching. I'm not teaching here. I'm not a professor here. I am a professor at the University Dar es Salaam, which is said to be the Harvard of the East Africa. I'm not boasting myself.
Sir, actually, I wanted to interact with you on number of topics
What is
regarding
the
assignment
sir,
of insurance
you come,
policy
if you allow,
and how RAT is responsible for the claim by the insurance company. What is the decided case? Sea perils on the sea and sea perils off the sea. What is the difference between these two? And what are the risks, sea risks that doesn't come under what I say under sea perils? All these questions are being asked in the examination.
I am ready at your disposal, Anil Kumarji, Guntur Anil Kumarji. I am ready at your disposal. provided
Now you tell me, sir.
qualifications. Now you can form a group and include me in that group and decide the time. I am ready to teach you because I am just in the
No, no,
transition period now. I am
see,
just waiting for my
no,
ticket.
as I got an opportunity to interact with you today, as I'm told by the principal that you're dealing with insurance, but I'm only just a man who learned the subject or who studied the subject, and while reading the subject, I got number of doubts, and to have a clarification, professors like you, I wanted to have number of clarifications on the assignment of the policy, on deviation of the policy, on the sea perils, and number of items. But as the time is very less, and you are preoccupied with this Marine Insurance Act, I could not ask you, and also the decided cases. And the number of decided cases are also there, which are being asked in the examination. For the students' sake, I want to ask you. But as you are, as you have prepared only for this Marine Insurance Act, I could not ask you and I could not interact with you properly. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Guntur Anil Kumar sir. I told you that it is in my DNA is there to teach and research because these are two sides of the same coin. I repeat, these are the two sides of the same coin. Merely teaching will not count. You have to do the research also. Writing the articles, writing paper seminars, and presenting the papers, and writing the books, and evaluating the PhD thesis, evaluating the LLM, guiding the LLM thesis, and guiding the PhD thesis. These are the research activity one should have to supposed to do. And if anybody is interested over there, my national, that is the Law Day is there on 26th. And the Assam people invited me to deliver the lecture, which I going to post you one of for your college principal. If anybody wants to register, you can register and take the participation from 2 to 3 on 26th November. I don't know whether your college is going to host such a thing or not. And that is, I also asked if any chance would be there. Even I also present, I will give my own opinion regarding any topic which is sent to me. So about 10 to 15 minutes interaction would be there. But in that case, I was only the key speaker would be there. Later on, the secretary or the management will speak. Later on, the principal will speak on that occasion. So I will give the link to you because I was removed from the group. And so the sweetie is only there. I can post to her, number one. Number two, your principal is, what's the number is with me. I can post to him and I will request him to see that it will be posted in the group. If anybody is interested would be there, you can register yourself. You will get the e-certificate also. Of course, certificate is not that much important. Contribution is very much important. Participation is very much important. The knowledge which a person is having over there, and he will give the whole knowledge within a short span of time. So never miss the class. We are here in India. LLB full form is? Give me the full form of LLB. Anyone?
Access Legim Bachelorate.
No.
Backless Latin Lagam, sir.
Appreciate. Guntur Anil Kumar.
Thank you, sir.
BCom Baccalaureus. But that is actually the full form of it. But in India, people made LLB as a full form license for lodging and boarding. But in other countries, no. Only the lawyer or the rich people. After lawyer only comes the doctor. After doctor comes the engineer. That is a high demand would be there for the in other countries. But here, LLB, they made it in such a way, diluted completely. 95% of people are present in the class. 95%. Only 5% absent. But reverse here in India. 5% present and 95% absent. No, I am not blaming the Indian because the system is like that. And hence we can make it out. That is the reason of mine. Because today I have shown you, at least because I was the course coordinator for the law of tart. Do you know the law of tart? How I prepared the cases Alphabetical order. I prepared it total first semester and second semester. See, B. So total we will give. This will be allowed in the examination hall. This will be allowed in the examination hall, but the question paper is all at least 4 questions, all problem questions. Not like this. What is marine insurance and what are the features of the marine insurance policy? Marine Insurance Act 1963. No. They will give a problem question and they will see that how do you, suppose if the problem comes to you, how do you decide? Now you have to do like how do you decide and how do you, what is the argument you can make? And you never heard a PFIRAC model. Anyone can know what is PFIRAC model? At least anyone can what is Iraq model? Can anyone know? Please tell me. Sir, the first time you are hearing, sir. This is the first time we are hearing, sir. See, here I am showing you Iraq style, IREC, Iraq. I will magnify it. I will enlarge it. Iraq model, you have to write the answer. If the problem is given, you have to write in the Iraq model. If the case law is given, you have to write in the PFIRAC model. And here Iraq stands for what? I, issues. R, rules. A. Yes, tell me, what is A? Tell me. There is no minus marks.
Issues rules.
A. There is no minus marks.
Sir, argument.
I appreciate. You can say both the way. Application or then Professor Hussain students, what you would say this one? Professor Hussain students only say this one. What is that one? Sir, slash. Professor Hussain students will not say slash. Then what do they say? Sir, you told in the class, but we did not catch it, sir. Oblique. No, I did not say oblique. I did not
Oblique.
say slash. I did not say stroke. I said virgule. This I said. Here I am. I said we are virgule. Only Professor Hussain students will say this virgule. Other students will not say. Because if any person use any terminology which is very new to it, then they will ask you, "Are saal le raega Professor Hussain class vini na mami da ruduta na no." What C stands for?
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Here, what is decided over there? See, this is the style of making the Iraq model problem solving. And when the case law is given, it is a PFIRAC model. It is a PFIRAC model. We can stall it. You type in the Google search engine, you will get it. What is Iraq model and what is PFIRAC model? The PFIRAC model, when the case law is given, you have to write in the PFIRAC model. When the problem is given, you have to write in the Iraq model. That is the style of writing in the law schools of Tanzania. LST, Law School of Tanzania, which is 1 year course, then only you will be allowed for the practice. 6 months, the training, rigorous training of the academic side, and 6 months in the practical side. Then only you will be shooting. And there is a ceiling. Okay, this year only 200 advocates should come out. This year only 80 students come out. Only ceiling would be there. They will increase the ceiling and they will pass that much candidates only. No, I am not boasting. I am giving the standard of other countries. Okay, anything that you want to share, you can share with me because some few minutes are left over there. If anything that you would like to ask me, you can ask me because now at any time it will be going to be closed.